Hi, this is Chrono. I'm playing Diablo Ultimate Evil Edition on the PS4, and this is my current Demon Hunter build, which I refer to as Legacy of the BoomWolf. I play currently on Torment 6. I probably could handle Torment 7 and Torment 8, but I have a friend who isn't quite as geared up as I am, so I play on 6 because he really can't handle anything more than 6. And 6 is tough for him as it is, so. Let's see. Alright. First off, let's go with the skills here. This is the Bola build. It revolves around the Legacy of the Nightmares set. Bola's Imminent Doom. And you can guess by using Imminent Doom, I'm using a certain item, which I'll show you in a little bit. Companion, Wolves, and you'll see why I'm using those in a little bit as well. Rapid Fire support is my Hatred Spender, and I rarely actually use it. I save it basically for bosses, elites, champions, that sort of thing. I'm an old-time action RPG player on console, and on most action RPGs on console, you rely on your primary attacks most of the time, and you don't often use your secondary attacks, basically what we call hatred spenders in Diablo 3 talk, except for groups, bosses, that sort of thing. Shadow Power, Gloom, save me. And I use it against elites, bosses, that sort of thing. Gives me more defense, heals me. Sentries, additional damage without me doing anything. Send them down, let them do their thing. Spitfire turret, because rockets. And why am I using rockets? Well, you'll see why in a bit. Vault. With the Demon Hunter, I found sometimes it's best to have a skill that allows you to get out of dodge, and Vault's the best way of doing that. Trail of Cinders leaves a trail of fire behind me that also damages enemies. Damage, 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 and more damage. The passives: Blood Vengeance, more hatred. Hatred is a good thing, and also restores hatred with health globes. Blood Vengeance, Perfectionist, of course, reduce discipline costs and resistances. Over here, ballistics, and that's why I'm using rockets. And of course, archery. I've thought about replacing that with something else. Cube powers, Calamity, marked for death. I'm using a Bola build. Everything that gets hit with my explosions gets marked for death. Sash of Knives. Personally, I think this is one of the better armor skills from the cube for the Demon Hunter. Every attack, you throw a dagger. That also applies to the dodge roll on console. You dodge roll into an enemy, it counts as attack. A dagger gets thrown. Also, I think if you run into them with a certain item that I'm wearing, also counts as attack. A dagger gets thrown, and which means daggers are getting thrown all the time. That skill is what allowed my Demon Hunter to go from Torment 1 to Torment 3, back when I first cubed it. And the S of Johan. Chance on hit to pull enemies towards your target and slow them. Because I'm using bolas, that's what I want. And slowing them keeps them away from me. Inventory. Leonine Bow of Hashir. I'd rather have a Buriza Doke Cannon, but I don't have an ancient one. Bolas pull in enemies towards themselves, which works well with that S of Johan skill. So enemies are getting pulled in towards my explosions. I want that. And of course, Emimei's Duffle. They explode instantly. More damage. Any Bola build will benefit from Emimei's Duffle. And followed by two ancient versions of the Wailing Host and Litany of the Undaunted, the famous Legacy of the Nightmare Snow set. And I've got a Simplicity Strength since I rely on Bolas and use it almost all the time. Simplicity Strength increases damage of primary skills. Alright. Leonine Bow Hashir, of course. Crit hit damage. I've got a green in there. I want to replace the Gladiator Gauntlets. I haven't found any better. I want an Ancient in there. I even settled for an Ancient Gladiator Gauntlets because of the critical hit damage and the critical hit chance. Pauldrons of Skeleton, I really want to replace that with something else. Haven't found anything better. Cloak of the Garwulf. It's why I use wolves. I got 3 wolves. They attack, they tank for me. More damage. Leoric's Crown, more life. Basically. I'd like an ancient version of that. Traveler's Pledge It's not the greatest amulet, but the critical hit chance and critical damage, really nice. If I had an ancient one, I'd put it in there. Wraps of Clarity. I've had the Sanguinary Vein Braces in there, which I did like for the Thorns. I really didn't have to hit enemies on lower torments with the Sanguinary Vein Braces. My Wolves and the Thorns took care of that, but I'm not using it anymore, so I don't get as much Thorns damage. But actually, even on Torment 6, I actually don't have to hit enemies that much. They would kill, most of the weaker ones would kill themselves just attacking me. Hatred generators, they also reduce damage, and since I'm constantly using my hatred generators, it's like an automatic damage reduction. And there you see the Firewalkers. Burns the ground, which means anything that goes to me gets burnt. Anything that tries to follow me gets burnt. Also Thorns damage and movement speed. I like this because I was a bit slower in movement than some other demon hunters I've seen. Shadow's Coil, I still want to replace that with something. Even something not ancient. I just haven't found anything that I really like. Thunder God's Vigor, it's a great belt, but for some reason for me it doesn't actually trigger that often. I've got a friend who has one and he loves it because it triggers practically all the time for him. Of course, his defense isn't as good as mine, and he's not as quite well geared, but yeah, for me it really only works basically on bosses, because bosses, elites are practically the only thing that's going to hit me. Everything else is going to get blown up to pieces before they get close. Follower, I've got of course the what's his name here, the Templar, and Dark Magic bars our way. With an enchanting favor so he doesn't die. Some basic weak items here. I should try to upgrade a couple of these here. Skills, of course. He's there to keep me alive. Taunt enemies. Regenerate me. Charge enemies. Stun them. Prevent them from hurting me. And of course, rush to my aid. Help me. Heal me. Basically, he's there to keep enemies off my back so I can shoot them with my bolas. Alright. And let's go for character details. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah. You can see here. Not much really that's all unique here. Now let's see the build in action. Let's see, where am I? Oh. Let's go over to Caldian. Alright, let's go to, let's kill Magda.
I cannot thank you enough.
Head south, kill. Could we find more like that?
I must escape.
I owe you everything. For what purpose were these people imprisoned? Help us! You can't leave us here!
I thought rescue would never come.
These poor souls.
That is impossible.
Hi Magda, I'm going to kill you again. And there we go. There you have it. Just a basic Bola build. It works really well, at least on anything up to Torment 6. It probably worked pretty well on Torment 7, maybe Torment 8, depending. A couple of more Ancients. It most certainly would. And especially with the Barisado Cannon's piercing ability in the Ancient version, which I believe is double piercing when it's Ancient. It's only single piercing when it's like non-Ancient. Alright, well, thank you for watching.